how do you like Sofia?
What's your issue with Sofia? There are many.
The thing.
I lived in Riga. It's not necessarily a big city, but it's just a bit. You're just not that exposed to people from other cultures if you're a Latvian living in a Latvian city. You could always try to find some possibilities to get involved in some organizations or do some volunteering work maybe. But I don't know, I wanted to just live abroad for a while at least, and although I stayed in Latvia for so long and I didn't even go on Erasmus, I still always knew I would live abroad for an extended period of time. I always knew it somehow. It's just the economical situation is pretty much the same in Latvia and Bulgaria, for example. Start with that. People would assume that it's so much better in Latvia. I wouldn't say so, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
It's quite similar.
Similar.
So that part didn't scare me. Some people are kind of hesitant of staying in Bulgaria in general or in Sofia just because they just think that it's just not economically developed well enough for their taste. For me, it was just kind of the volunteering thing that made me want to stay, I guess. That's just that kind of a positive link in my brain, I guess. I volunteered for 8 months and then I was looking for a job for like 2 months or so.
Oh.
So yeah, and I've been working now for almost 3 or some months or so.
Do you think yourself that you prefer volunteer or just work?
I think it's almost healthy to volunteer for very, very long periods. It's almost that there's almost too much freedom.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, it kind of messes with your mind. And then it's harder to go back to the real world.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think you necessarily appreciate it that much for the rest of your life you were a volunteer. It's just, for me, it makes more sense to just maybe work a formal job and then appreciate those moments when you're working either a volunteer or something that is not necessarily a formal job. I don't know if you've heard about opportunities where just teaching English abroad. It's kind of a formal job, but it's a bit different. And also you can feel like you're not doing enough sometimes. And psychologically it starts to weigh you down and you're starting to think about what kind of choices you're making. And this, am I doing enough fulfilling things? And what am I really doing with my life? You can come to these kind of conclusions quite often.
Yeah.
If you are kind of a person who in general is an overthinker, then in a sense volunteering is a bit dangerous for you. I don't think that it's a job that most people would enjoy necessarily, but most people can do it. I think that they can. It's just that they rather wouldn't choose to do it. In Bulgaria, at least, the situation is a bit different. The people are on average younger. They're not middle-aged for sure.
Yeah.
They are, I would say, on average even maybe 25 or so. They're younger people. They're also older, quite a few older as well, but not that many. And on average, it's not middle-aged people for sure. It's a bit younger. They're a bit younger, and then also the proportion is like. Also, I was quite surprised that there are quite a few men, at least in my project. And especially, I was quite surprised for my project that there were at least 50% or so are men, and we're working for a clothing company. I found that a bit odd at first, not in a good way.
After this work, I think it makes you a little bit more better.
Actually the work also helped. I thought to myself that after the volunteering, now I've reached a kind of new high of openness to people and extroversion, let's put it that way. But the work also helped a lot because I was scared to pick up a call at first, and then you go like, whatever,
pick up the
another
phone,
call.
Just get the answer.
You get used to handling people. That is true. You get used to it. Even if you're not that kind of a person who's maybe you're not naturally really good at it, but you get used to it and you can develop such skills, let's put it that way. I'm that kind of a person who gets angry rarely, but I flip out when I get angry, let's put it that way.
Okay.
Anger is one of those emotions that, although I'm a relatively shy and calm person in general, if I get angry, I get very angry. So it's kind of like a call center is a good way how to deal with such issues. Let's put
Ah.
it that way, like, honestly.
Not well-known place for Korean to travel around there.
I mean, not
Not for just for everyone.
yeah, for everyone, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I heard
Although quite a few tourists, okay, quite a few. Statistically, it's not the one of the most popular destinations. Quite a few Germans go to Latvia, quite a few Russians too. Riga is quite popular. with
Riga,
tourists.
yeah.
Yeah. Other towns and cities and places, not so much. There are a few others, but Riga is usually the destination of choice.